Disguising, stealing the show. Stories, laughter, secrets unfold. Welcome to the world we hold. Turn it up, feel the beat, ignite. Conversations flowing bright. In your ears, day or night. This is the sound that feels so right. Mic is live, the stage is set. Words like fire you won't forget. Every topic, every thread. Living stories in your head. Turn it up, feel the beat, ignite. Conversations flowing bright. In your ears, day or night. This is the sound that feels so right. Mic is live, the stage is set. Words like fire you won't forget. Every topic, every thread. Living stories in your head. Turn it up, feel the beat, ignite. Conversations flowing bright. In your ears, day or night. This is the sound that feels so right. So grab a seat or hit the road. This journey's one we'll overload. Diving deep, let's take control. This podcast is your soul's console. Turn it up, feel the beat, ignite. Conversations flowing bright. In your ears, day or night. This is the sound that feels so right. Oh,
As always, everything we discuss is for entertainment and is speculation. Please like and subscribe, and definitely join our discussion in the comments. If you're ready, let's get into it. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Typically Unique.
Hello.
I'm your host, Kim, and I'm here with my friend Lori,
Hi, Kimmy.
my co-host for today. We are doing this live to talk about the Delphi case.
Mhm.
We just took a trip out there this past week, and we have tons of footage that we want to share with you and share our experience, mostly because it was way more than just being there and seeing it for us. It was a lot of feelings and emotions, and we'll get into that. Please say hello as you come on in. I'm going to be looking at the chat, see who's joining us. Hi, Carly.
Hi, Carly.
Let's get into it. We have always been interested in the Delphi case and been following the Delphi case.
Yep.
And it's not really too current in the news right now. However, it is going to the appeals process.
Correct.
So if you're not familiar, there were two girls in Delphi, Indiana that were killed while they were walking on a bridge in a park. They were missing overnight, found the next day. It took 5 years for them to make an arrest. Richard Allen is convicted. He was a resident in the town. We'll be talking about him in our footage. But there was lots of controversy about that case. So another case that is very intriguing to a lot of people. Would you agree?
And there still is a lot of controversy. A lot.
What, can you talk about some of what those controversies are?
Well, I just think that right now, kind of like the other case that you're looking at, it's just a divided,
Idaho.
It's a very, very divided. I wasn't going to say it. It's a very divided community. I think half the people think he's innocent. Half the people think that he's guilty. And I guess it's going to be up to the court system once again.
Right. There wasn't a lot of evidence against Richard Allen.
There was a lot against him. We will dispute that every time.
I don't think there was.
He
Questionable
put himself
evidence.
there
Well, right.
at the time.
He was on the bridge. He said, I was at the park on the bridge at the time. After he was arrested, he made confessions.
The bullet that was found
Oh, good
right
question.
next to Liberty's foot.
So the evidence against him was he was on the bridge at the park at the time the girls were there. Eyewitnesses claim to have seen him.
Mhm.
During the time of the crime, he doesn't, I mean, he said he was there, but other than that, he wasn't hanging out with anybody to have an alibi or anything
Right.
like that. They said that he had a bullet. They found an unspent bullet at the crime scene, and they said he had one that was from the same gun, I
Mhm.
believe,
Mhm.
but there's questions around that. And he confessed over 60 times, 80
Mhm.
times, 60
60.
times while in prison. So that's
And let's back up
the
to
evidence
that. When
against
he
him.
did confess, that was before he was being, what do you call it, drugged or given prescriptions or whatever it was that they were medicating him with. So he did confess to his wife, his mother, and his dad before he was even being medicated. And so if he was forced to do it, we don't know. But he seemed to be, when I listened to them, he seemed to be in his right mind.
Yes, I agree. He probably was in his right mind then, because here's the questionable parts of the case. Most people who are accused of a crime and waiting to go to trial or during trial are held in a jail, a local jail. He was put in isolated, solitary
maximum security
confinement in a prison.
Right.
There were, well, started out as rumors, but oh, wait a minute. How did that happen?
I'm like, Jen, is that you?
We had a problem. My phone just started playing itself. Sorry about that.
But what they did to him, I will wholeheartedly admit, I think that how they treated him was terrible. Nobody in the judicial system should be treated like that, for no matter what they're accused of.
They said he had a history of high anxiety and issues like that. And so they were medically treating him for that, but it seemed excessive and he changed extremely. Like, oh my goodness, I pulled up a news clip just to see about the appellate process right now, and they showed a quick image of him. I didn't even recognize him. His face is totally full and round. He was completely bald. There's old pictures of him with the beard and everything. Like he didn't even look like that right now. But the Odinism, rituals and belief system being in that town, I thought was like, rumors and things like that. But it turns out there were investigators that were going down that path because it looked more like a ritualistic killing. So, and more than one person probably.
Yes.
So there was a big debate about, was it just one person or not?
Right.
So that's why we've been interested in following the case. And that's why they're appealing it. He was convicted, but there were not only the evidence that is making them appeal, but it's also a lot of the processes and rights that were violated.
Yeah, I mean, the judge did hold back. She didn't let the defense bring out everything that may or may not have helped his case, but
right.
The jurors didn't get to know everything that you and I knew. And
Exactly.
maybe if they would have, things might be different for Richard Allen. I don't know. Maybe if Ron Logan hadn't passed away, things might be different for Richard Allen. I don't know. But we had our show the other day that we talked about all of that and who our top suspects were. And I still stand by that,
Yes, if you want a little bit more in-depth recap with some more of our thoughts and insights, you can go back and watch our previous Delphi video, part 1, I believe I labeled it. So you can check that out. And we are going to show you, I put together all of our footage. So I'm going to play it and we're going to pause it and talk about it as we go. Now, remember, this was a little spontaneous.
Well, I've always wanted to go when they were actually doing the trial in the fall and then the winter. But because it was that time of the year, it's only 5.5 hours, but I didn't want to drive with the risk of it, snowing and all that. And so we didn't get an opportunity to go, but I would have loved to have gone during that time.
Yeah. But we've been friends since we were Abby
and Libby's ages.
Abby Williams and Liberty German are the victims. And we try to keep the focus on them. And yeah, since we were their age, we have been friends with our friend Jenny, who also went with us. And for her to just say, hey, let's take a trip out there.
Well, I knew I was going on vacation this week, and it would have been a great opportunity now that you are retired.
Yep.
I'm on vacation, and Jenny is kind of in and out with her times and when she has to work. So she fitted in, we all fitted in, and we were able to go. Beautiful, sunny weather here, sunny weather there. Let's do it.
And when you hear our footage, if there is any, laughing going on, jokes and cracks being made, it's because we were on a girls' trip also. So we left at the crack of dawn, drove straight there for 5.5 hours.
Wait, let's back up to the crack of dawn. So Jenny and I are early birds. This one here, they're
on lunch by the time I wake up.
She's up with the bats all night. And me and Jen are sleeping. So we know we go to bed early. We get up early, 4:00 in the morning every day. So we told her, we're picking you up at 5:00, but we really did mean 5:00 because I knew I didn't want to start out any earlier because of my sight with driving in the dark, which you found that out real quick. But so we ended up deciding 5:00 and we stuck to it. We got to, I picked Jenny up first, and then
I was ready.
Kimmy was standing at the garage door.
I was ready.
She had a loaf of bread, peanut butter and jelly. We had all these snacks.
I was packed for a week.
The thing of it is we all packed like that, different stuff. So you would have thought we were going for like a week.
I always
But it was really cool. We stopped and we got our coffee. Kim sat in the front. She got all the gear going so that we could listen. Actually, we listened to Hidden True Crime.
A recap about the whole case.
Yeah, Lauren did a good 1.5 hour recap. So to refresh everybody, we played that on the way there, which was really nice. We ran into a major fog on the way there. Luckily, it was daytime during that, though. It was morning, but it was light out.
Right.
And then, so if you're hearing little things like that, it's not any disrespect to the case or to Abby and Libby. It is us girls being us girls regardless. And so I said to Kim, I go, Kimmy, we're about halfway there. And I go, did you girls happen to remember your pepper spray? And they said no. And I said, okay, what are we going to do? Luckily, I had a little thing with me, and I didn't know if it was going to cover all 3 of us, but lesson learned. So I know I learned from that before we go to everybody to ask, okay, what do you have? Because regardless of the fact, going out there, Richard right now is in appeals, which means he's fighting this, which means he's trying to say now he didn't do it. His family, he's fighting for this. He wants out of jail. He didn't do this. So if by chance the jury, they go ahead and let him do the appeals. Jury comes in again. They find him not guilty. So now we're back to square one. Who's out there? What were we thinking not bringing anything with us for protection? And so lesson learned if we ever go back out there again, to make sure that we're better prepared, and anybody that goes out there, be prepared.
Well, that's a good description for when you guys see our reactions of our fear and anxiety and hesitance in certain situations, why we're feeling that way. Because in the back of our mind, we're thinking people can still be out there.
Mhm.
So we were on high alert
Mhm.
the whole time.
Because if it wasn't Ron Logan, and he's deceased now, and if it's not Richard Allen, he's in jail. Who's still out there lurking in those woods and in those trails? So
we think we might have saw one.
well, we may have, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, and you'll see it. We got
Mhm.
lots of good
I
footage.
don't, you don't
so-
have the other guy on here though. I might have to
No.
flash my phone up and
Nope.
show him
All right, let's
the guy
get
in the
started.
white truck. You don't
The
have-
white truck is on when we pass
but
them.
you don't have the guy. I have the guy
Oh, okay.
close up.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Now, this was a possible entrance or parking place for
So we get to town and we are now at the
perpetrators.
cemetery.
to get to the bridge from the back.
Right.
Right. We pulled into Delphi and actually past the park, right? The bridge park, went past it to
Yeah.
get to the cemetery.
wanted
So, because I was kind of like, wait, what are you doing? But we went to the cemetery first. So,
I wanted to bump out the cemetery, Ron Logan, and get all of that done first, and then go to the trails just to have that part of it done, because I had a feeling it was going to be pretty emotional out there at the bridge. So I was like, let's get this all
you
done.
were right.
Yeah. Not knowing exactly why at that point, but you'll find out in a minute why.
Right. So I'm just going to let you watch and listen to us pull into the cemetery.
But this is where they ended up ultimately going down and finding the bodies.
It's all gated off, fenced off. Oh, this part is not, but there's a big drop off.
That's the ravine that they were talking about.
Let me get out and take footage.
Let me park straight real quick so we don't go down the hill.
Oh my God, you did not just say that.
from being.
Here's a side where you could make it down. Right here. It's very steep over there. I don't think so. This looks like an easier way to get down. Plus there's like roots that you could hold on to, like right up in here. I don't know. Or over here. I don't know. I mean, if you know this area, you know how to maneuver it. Okay, so we are at the direct back end of the cemetery. So we pass the park. We are at the back end of the cemetery that is overlooking. We're pointed right now at the ravine that ends down in the creek, right?
And the ravine is actually where, what was his name? Tony Todd, whatever that guy's name was, that he did walk the edge of the ravine that day. The next day after they went back looking, the next day on the 14th, and he walked the side of that ravine, and that's how he got down, and that's how they found them. It was the guys that were in the water found the clothes, and then he found kind of almost at the same time. They kind of found everything.
Was that the fireman guy?
Yeah,
okay.
It started with a T. What was his
I don't
name?
remember his name, but I know there
Tony
was a
Todd,
fireman that
Tim.
was out there. So and I remember him saying he was up at a higher point, and we kept looking at this perspective and figuring it probably had to have taper off eventually, going more towards the left and also towards Ron Logan's house that we will show you in a minute. But let's just keep watching this. We took really good footage, I think, of the whole cemetery. Okay, we are at the cemetery that is right next to the Monon High Bridge and the park. And when you come off the road, you can see how we come down. So our car is pretty much hidden from the road. If you're parked back here, this is the back end. It's small. It's a very small cemetery. I'll show you. Here's the corner. And right here is where it starts into, is that his property? Lori? What? Is that his property, Logan's? Yeah, so that's Logan's property. And then right here's the edge of the cemetery. And
I mean, it's probably about the size of a football field, if that.
Probably.
Yeah. But the key point is that your car could be hidden back here. And it is pretty, there's a steep drop off right there. There's a ravine. Let's see if I can point it out. Right, that's a peak and then a drop off right after that. Right where this stump is, this tree branch right here, and then it goes down. You can kind of see the other side over there. Let me see. Right there is, so that dark spot is the other side. This is the other side, and in between is a ravine. Okay, out here we have Ron Logan's, this is all his property. The house, the barns and outhouses. That's across the road. I'm gonna show you how close it is to the cemetery. So there's the main road, the 300 North, and I'm standing almost as far back as it ends. And you can see the cemetery. And then if you keep going that direction, we'll go back into the entrance to the park. But this is the cemetery, the road, and then the property and the house. And then this way is the park. Back this way, going that way.
Okay, so this part was second most important for me, this location. So first location being the actual bridge where the girls were on, but this is a person's house, Ron Logan.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind, should have been a prime suspect. I think he was a suspect at one time.
At one short time, yes.
His property just butts right up against where the girls were found on his property.
On his property.
So right there.
The problem is they didn't search his house until a month later.
So unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunate because you can see standing at the back of the cemetery, it's very rugged territory.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't get close to the actual crime scene. So this is the best area to be at, to know they had to go through his property, through the cemetery. They were going down there, searching for the girls, bringing them back up that way.
Mm-hmm.
After they found them. They searched the cemetery because that was one of the locations where they thought maybe the perpetrator, if they had a car, could have parked or something like that. So. I just wanted to show this footage because there were some old, look at these tombstones. They're 1860s.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, and they just have for Anna. It's
Yeah.
just Anna.
Yeah.
Buried there. So just for the historical significance of this cemetery, it's old.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops.
The
There actually wasn't.
perpetrators,
Actually, it was what?
There actually wasn't a whole lot of graves in
They
there.
ended up ultimately going down and finding the bodies.
I didn't think.
It's all gated off and stuff.
No,
Oh, this
no, it
part
was
isn't.
sparse.
But there's a big drop off.
That's the ravine that they were talking about.
This didn't back up, did it?
Let me get out and take footage.
Yeah.
Park Street.
Okay.
Oh, now you're too far. Oh, no. Keep going.
Nope, keep going. We'll get there.
Oh, now you're right about there.
Right there.
That direction, we'll go back into the entrance to the park. But this is the cemetery.
No, keep going. There we go.
There.
Okay. So now we're gonna leave. These are just some still shots.
And you're following our directions. And we're going to turn right and go to the front entrance of Ron Logan's.
So pulling out of the cemetery, turning
Someone
right
else
to go
owns it
past
now,
Ron
right?
Logan's
Yeah, I
house.
don't know if his son bought it or if somebody else bought it.
Oh, here we go. Let's see how we can fit on the road with a UP. Well, I'm way over, and he's way over. Okay, so 2 vehicles can fit.
In 900 feet, turn left on North 575 West.
There's the house.
I tried to cut those parts out.
The road. And I'm gonna switch over to this window.
This is garage.
That's the garage. There's the house. Let me. Okay.
Almost like an old farmhouse.
Property line, buildings down there. So those sheds, I hope they checked all of this down here. Lots of wood still for a fire pit. And then it's just woods beyond everything that's just sectioned off as yard. You can hear the frogs.
Very secluded area.
Yes.
Extremely secluded.
And another neighbor's house.
Turn left on North 575 West.
And now we are at 575 West. So we're probably going to turn around. Compared to the road. And I'm going to switch over to this window.
This is garage.
That's the garage. There's the
It's the
house.
second pass, going past the house.
Let me. Okay. Property line, buildings down there. So those sheds, I hope they checked all of this down here. Lots of wood still for a fire pit. And then it's just woods beyond everything that's just sectioned off as yard. You can hear the frogs.
Very secluded area.
Yes.
Extremely secluded.
And another neighbor's house.
Turn left on North 575 West.
And now we are at 575 West. So we're probably going to turn around. Now we are at 575 West. So we're probably going to turn around. That you can walk down off this road. White truck.
Okay, we have to pay attention to this part. I'm sorry for the clips that are like replaying. I actually think my button is backing up, or my mouse is backing it up. But leaving Ron Logan's house, continuing right from the park, we are now headed out to an area that, what were you on the search for? Were you on the search for that road?
Well,
Or
I
what
wanted
were we
to- I
looking
was hoping
for?
that we could find the road to go down to get to the Weber's house.
Right. Lori had a better understanding of the aerial view of the whole area, and one of our big questions talking about this case was like what happened to the girls once they were told go down the hill? Did they actually walk towards the creek? Did they get taken to a home nearby?
Was there a vehicle
Was there a
down?
vehicle down there? And the reason there could be a vehicle down there is because there was a road under the bridge, and they called it an access road. And so we're trying to drive right now.
Well, it's a private driveway.
Oh, so just a private
It's just a
drive.
private driveway.
But there's more than one home down there, right?
At the top of it, on the one side, there's the house, the couple houses. But when you go down and underneath the bridge,
there's only one house.
No houses down there. You go up, and then it's the Webbers.
Okay. And that's a name that is mentioned a lot in this case because he also lived close by, and his vehicle was seen at the time that
well, Richard Allen
they're
says
saying the girls were
right. Richard
killed.
Allen says that he's seen the van, and that's whatever.
Right. So we're driving this way, okay? Like on the lookout for that area. So where we think that access road is coming up. So I'm gonna pause
after we
on
pass, excuse me, after we pass Ron Logan's house, we kept going forward, and then when you get to there's a three-way, we took a right, and we went down. I think it'll tell us what road it was, unless you took it out. I don't know.
Oh, I might have taken that clip out, but we will see. You can tell me to pause it and you can narrate it. But
Can you drive over it? Only go if it's safe.
Yeah, it says it, but it's one lane, so.
Oh, because that car just came from it.
Okay, stop. So we kept going. We took that right. We kept going down. I think you had already passed that.
I'm
van.
gonna back it up because I didn't. Where are we at? How much? Is that too much?
Keep going. I think a little bit more.
We're lost. I just hope we can get back out.
We should be past.
We're gonna pass
We're trying to
a
get to
white
the-
like
what's the point?
SUV type vehicle as we're heading towards this bridge, and I have no idea what we're heading towards.
It's houses and
There's a trail right there.
Yep, we're passing some nice houses. I pointed out a trail.
Can't see.
That's a very
That's
nice
new.
house
Nobody
right
lives
there. It
there.
looks empty.
The part that I'm-
Is it?
There it is. We got it on video. That's the first time we passed that exact car. You can see how fast it was going.
There's another path that leads down. Right there.
One lane bridge coming up.
And I've seen two paths that you can walk down off this road.
Here comes the road. The road is coming.
White truck. Can you drive over it?
No,
Only
that-
go if it's safe.
Yeah, it says it, but it's one lane.
So now we see the
because
white
that car
truck
just
pulled
came
over to
from
the side that nobody's in,
So you gotta beep.
and it's a one-lane bridge.
I don't like this, Carly. Oh, there's a creek.
so right after
There's
this
a road.
bridge, a little
There's a
ways,
road.
right
Oh,
there.
right
There's
there.
a mailbox at the end
So we just passed that road. That might be good enough.
that you can walk down off this road.
Oh, nope. I wish I had a 10-second backup button. Oh no, that's too much. Where's the bridge? Look, watch the time. Look, watch the time.
The part that I'm
man.
We'll do this
Is
part
it?
again. The white SUV. Maybe.
there's another path that leads down. Right there.
1-lane bridge.
I had
So
my
I see
eye
two
out for
paths
access
that you
paths.
can walk down off this road. White truck. Can you drive over it? Only go if it's safe.
Yeah, it says it, but it's 1 lane, so.
Oh, because that car just came from it.
So we just gotta
So you gotta beep.
Make sure.
So we're crossing the Deerfield Creek again. The Deer Creek again.
I don't like this, Carly. Oh, there's.
All right, road is coming, so I'm gonna try to catch it.
There's a road.
All right, so I said there's a road, so it's between the trees. And
Right
now
there.
it's starting to show up more right there. So that's the road.
So we believe that's the road that takes you down toward the shoe tree. The house is right there, the shoe tree, and then go down underneath the bridge, the Monon Bridge, and then the Weber's house.
Explain the shoe tree.
We think that's where that road takes us.
Mhm.
So as we were doing this and driving by, and then we turn around and go back, I'll tell you about the shoe tree here in a second.
Okay.
Go ahead and press that, and we'll do the way back.
So I just wanted to get a good glimpse
So we
of
believe
that.
that's the way to get down to
With a mail
the
box at the end of it.
We could be totally wrong, but
Okay, that was an experience. Maybe we're on the wrong
That's
side.
something.
Whew. Talk about mirrors. I know that name.
Yeah, the
Mirrors.
The Mears Farm.
Yes. That's it. This is the Mears Farm. I wish I would have got that stone.
Well, I'm gonna turn around in a second,
Okay.
wherever I can go.
You might just have to do a 3-point turn. I don't know if there's any turning around out here. There is no turning around out here.
In 1,000.
All right, so I'm trying to get my perspective of where we are heading
We're heading
back
back.
out of.
We're heading back toward. Looks like we're heading back toward the bridge, and we might have already passed it again.
I know I have us leaving the bridge. We didn't do that yet. Did we see that yet? Us
Mm-mm.
leaving the bridge?
Mm-mm.
Yep. Maybe, or maybe just ends. And
Nope.
then farm. Yes. That's it.
Okay,
This
Mears
is the Mears
Farm.
Farm. I wish I would have
Over
got
there.
that
I would just let it play.
stone.
Well, I'm gonna turn around in a second,
Okay.
wherever I can go.
You might just have to do a 3-point turn. I don't know if there's any turning around out here. There is no turning around out here.
In 1,000.
Guys, we're just trying to spook ourselves. Yeah, we are.
There we
Now
go.
we're heading back.
There we go.
I think this is cool. But we did just pass the same white SUV twice.
So that's what
Yeah.
started
And
it.
I want to see what it could be. Yeah, I don't like that.
Right. So going towards the bridge, the white SUV crossed the bridge first, coming towards us. Then we crossed the bridge going towards the Mears farm.
Mhm.
Then when we got out, I took a picture of their rock with their name on it because the Mears farm was also mentioned in the case a lot. That they probably searched it, things like that, because it's close proximity to the park. And then when we come back out, we crossed the bridge and then the SUV was coming straight at us. And
again.
that was the moment we were like, oh my gosh.
So
Like someone's probably watching
following
us.
us. I mean, out of town plates, 3 women. And luckily, I say, I mean, even though I would have liked to have turned down that road, I'm glad we didn't, because if that really was Weber, I mean, he might have been pretty mad.
It could have been.
But we might have probably been able, Jenny would have talked him down a little bit.
Right. We were
You
just
know.
going to claim we were lost,
Right.
but turning down
Yeah, I think he would know better, but
a private property drive with.
But I would like to, as Kim was saying a little bit ago, I would have liked to have seen the shoe tree and all of that. Still, that none of that makes sense to me about the shoe tree. I
Tell what that is.
it's a shoe tree. It's got
Well-
hundreds of shoes that people, I guess, throw up there, and I really don't understand it. I don't.
Did you read anything about it?
Yeah, I did, and I
And-
still don't understand it.
But what did they say they were from?
People just throw their shoes up there, and it just doesn't, to me, make sense.
Oh, so just
I
a
mean,
crazy thing people do.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
it's really weird. I don't get it. But I
Okay.
heard, and I didn't hear. I read a lot of different places do that. So I don't know.
Hmm.
And it just so happens to be Delphi is one of them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I would have liked to have
that's
seen that.
always-
What's that? Why is that parked there? Uh-oh. We got to be careful because there is a car parked on the side of the park.
The car, and there's your jump out of the car and take a picture of me real quick.
Yep. And their farm was massive. Like this part right here isn't even the main farm. Was this the main farm
I don't know.
part? Yeah.
There's
we
a
weren't
Mears
sure.
farm across from where the girls got dropped off, and then there's this Mears farm.
Oh, so this
So
was
they're probably
yeah.
they're probably related, I'm
Right.
sure.
Right.
And they probably all own it together or siblings or whatever it is. But
Right. We saw their name for the farm in two different
yeah,
spots.
but the main one was the one where the girls got dropped off, because that's
Okay.
where a lot of people got dropped off back then, or they would park their car right there.
Okay. Yeah, this is
So now that's already starting it though, with the white van passing us twice, because it didn't make any sense. Remember, Kimmy, if you're going that way, there's no store or anything up there, and for them to turn around that quick, like, were they watching us? You know?
Yep. All right. So we finally get out of the farm, and well, we had turned around, saw that white car again, and then finding the part where the girls got dropped off.
All right, that's coming off.
This is not
Just
cooperating
no,
with
because
me.
you're playing with it. Quit playing with it. We'll talk through the pictures. It's you doing it. Okay.
I'm getting
So,
scolded.
Yes. So that's the area where Abby and Libby got dropped off. Kelsey dropped them off right there.
All right, that's coming off the road. There's the water tower. So it came from.
We're gonna get another vantage point. So that was on the road. That was on 300 North.
Mm-hmm.
So that was from 300 North from the street side.
Across from the Mears farm is where they got dropped off. The little gate right there.
Right. But when the crime first happened and everybody was trying to, was talking about the case, I thought that area was going to be more, and I guess back in the day, it could have been more gravelly. Like I always thought when they were talking about like the dad showing up to pick them up and Kelsey dropping them off, that they were actually pulling into at least a little space. Like I don't remember hearing, or I wasn't imagining that they were just pulling on the side of the road. But I don't remember it described that way. I thought they said they pulled into a lot. No?
I never heard
like that drives me crazy. So because I think those words are what let me.
I think when he
led me to believe that it was more of a lot.
I think with it when Libby's dad showed up there at that gate we were just at, and they weren't there. Then he rode up here by the Freedom Bridge and didn't see him there. Then he walked the trail calling and yelling for them.
Okay.
And I guess he was texting them like, where are you girls? You know, calling them and that, and they weren't answering.
All right. So we just showed where the girls got dropped off, and now we are going inside the park through the main parking lot.
Mhm.
The right, I believe, parked. There's a bench. It looks like the trail goes to the right, maybe, or maybe just ends. And then there is Freedom Bridge, picnic area, trucks.
White truck.
Lordy, we are walking to the Freedom Bridge. It is hot out. It's in the 80s. I think it was a high at 86 predicted.
Walked this way, then that way, but only a minute and came right back.
Did you? We didn't see him what time he went that way though. He could have been out there for hours.
So that white SUV that we saw has already got us a little freaked out.
Mhm.
And so, you know, we pull in, there's two trucks. And we're like, oh my goodness. We did see the woman and the child come off the trail, though,
Which
so
gave
we-
you relief, you
Yeah,
said.
I
I
said-
really wasn't paying attention, to be quite honest.
I
with
was
you.
like, okay, there's a woman and a kid out here, okay. But then we just saw a single guy, you know, that same look that Richard Allen and half the other men related to this case have, like balding head, beard,
Mhm.
you know, he had the same
He's
appearance.
the one I got a good picture of.
Yeah, so we were taking pictures of people. We were like, we got those license plates off the trucks in the parking lot because we're like, at least get evidence, right?
Mhm.
Like that's what we
I
were.
told Kim at one point, she has those nails. I said, just dig your nails into them.
Yep.
Leave one of those nails, you know, inside of them.
All right. So, but right now we're still, you know, close to the parking lot and heading towards the Freedom Bridge.
Now
and-
everybody's gone though. Everybody's pulled out. It's just you and me and Jen.
That's true. And we did observe that. We're
Mhm.
like heading in, we're the only ones here.
Mhm.
We're the only vehicle here.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you're doing the same thing I'm doing. Oh, I'm gonna get this. What does that say? What's a peepers at? We're about to go over that. So we came down from down here. We turned where that car's turning in. We came over here to this road. Jenny, are you afraid? Oh,
Like, she's got death grip on my hand.
oh, this is a really sturdy bridge. This is like the sturdiest bridge I've ever been on.
Yeah, we're going to the Monon High Bridge.
Safe to say, I don't think Jen's getting on the bridge. So this was the Freedom Bridge, not the High Bridge, of course. We'll turn around, and that's what we just came off of.
Oh, this is
So here's, there were rumors of like four-wheelers maybe being back here. So here's a path. Some memorials. And what is this showing?
Upside down.
That was a train, which I could not get my grasps on. What am I looking at here? But duh, makes sense because it's
Front
an
of the
old
engine.
rail. Yeah, the front of the engine train, because it's old train tracks that are there. Yeah, makes sense.
Here, do it backwards. Yeah. We are heading into this. Leaving that. So I just came on here to say we are leaving the Freedom Bridge area and just walking down this wooded trail. So that's behind me is where we're going. This is where we came from, and it's extremely secluded. We are a little freaked out, but we're trying to go fast. We're keeping our eyes peeled. You know, it's a beautiful day and it's a beautiful nature trail, but it's extremely secluded, and it would be one thing if it was isolated from like other people's properties and things like that, but I'm gonna take a short video clip on the way back. Like, there's literally like somebody's barn or house that they cleared a path, a wide path, I'll show you in another clip, that gets right down to the trail. So easy access to just pop on and pop off. All right. This is another section of the trail. Do you think this is the bench those girls were sitting on?
probably.
Here's a bench, could be the one the girls were sitting on, and it overlooks the creek right there. So it's a good shot of it.
Little do we know, we are about to get the ever loving, you know what, scared out of
Yeah,
us
this ruins the whole
coming up. So
thing.
it's coming.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy. There's nothing to stop you from this edge, just the nice paved walkway that they have. Yeah, it's all right. All right, cool. Yeah. My whole image. Okay, I need to video this. I need to video it.
There we go. Right before this frame, my arrow here is like a couple seconds behind. There was a guy, you'll be able to see him walking in that little clip. And right before that, you can hear Lori saying, okay, mom, or something like that. So this old guy All right, hopefully we're back. The time's ticking, so I gotta find our file again. And we were right at the most
Right.
part that just got us highly nervous at the least. So the part of the trail that we were just on had the ravine on the edge, and we're just walking down the trail. You can see we were like looking around, we're like being cautious. I'm already feeling nervous because is that it right there? Maybe, yeah, right there.
It's
So this old man just comes out of nowhere. We
Nowhere.
all like physically take a jump back. We're like, oh my gosh. And I heard him say, you know, I was just like sitting there, you know, I'm on my way out. You guys are okay. And he was really old. If he would not have been an older man, like he was almost frail.
I don't know.
I thought he was kind of off. He wasn't even steady walking. So I'm like, okay, even Jenny said the three of us could.
We could have
take
took him, but
I
still, well,
felt
did he
like-
have a weapon or something? You know
True,
what I mean?
true. There's nothing's gonna fight against that. But
Mhm.
I felt like he felt bad, and he understands. Like, but he did still ask you if we're going to going to the bridge.
Well, where are we heading? You know what I mean? That was
Yeah.
kind of a dumb question, so that caught me way off guard.
yeah, he was like, "Are you going to the bridge?"
So
And we're
are
like,
you girls going to the bridge? And we're like, yeah. And then all of a sudden my phone rang, and that's when I pretended it was a solicitor, but I pretended it was my mom. And
that was fast acting on your part.
And
and
are they on their way? We're already down at the bridge. We'll see them when they get to the bridge. Tell dad to be careful. And you know,
And then I was recording, so I flipped around and caught him behind us. That's why I said if you like,
and I have a picture. You didn't put it in.
it's coming up.
You didn't put mine in. It doesn't look like because
it would be one thing if it was isolated from like other people's.
Coming up
properties
on
and
this
things
part
like that,
again.
but
We got
I'm
kicked out
gonna
of the
take
stream,
a
so
short
we're
video clip
had to
on the way
rewind a
back.
little bit.
Like, there's literally like somebody's barn or house that they cleared a wide path. I'll show you in another clip that gets right down to the trail. So easy access to.
So you'll be able to hear
hop on
Lori
and
on the
hop off.
phone just for a quick second.
All right. This is another
Oh, not yet.
section of the trail. Do you think
Okay.
this is the bench those girls were sitting on?
probably.
Here's a bench. Could be the one
That would
the
be
girls
what
were sitting
Betsy
on.
Blair
And
and the three other girls, or the girl and her two little sisters, or whatever it was.
right there.
Yeah, there was like 3 teenagers.
So
But I saw old photos. Maybe it wasn't that exact spot, but it looked like just no back on a bench, just like a bench. So I don't know.
yeah, this is pretty crazy. There's nothing to stop
Here
you
it comes.
from this edge. Just a nice paved walkway that they have. Yeah. It's all right. All right, cool.
There he is right there.
My whole image. Okay, I need to video this. I need to video my reaction. Do you guys want me to get okay? Yes. We had a guy.
And he saw me
freaked us
videotaping.
out. Walked from out of the woods, from out of nowhere.
Okay.
So we're all three of us are freaked out right now, but we're doing it. Out of the woods, from out of nowhere.
Okay.
So we're all three of us are freaked out right now, but we're doing it. We are heading. So the trail ends. Now my vision of this area is completely or what I thought. I told you guys I'm not a spatial person. So the trail we just walked straight down ends here right at the bridge. And I always thought the bridge was like there was a big opening. In my head, I always envisioned a big opening, and to the left, a little parking area, and like a little bit off to the right, the bridge. And this is not that. This is just straight on. So maybe this will help some others to envision it also, even though this is redone.
They say that this is where he came through.
So here's, you know, private property. It is barbed wired, fenced off, but looks like, yeah, you know, this is not as overgrown as the other two.
Someone could easily just slip right on right there.
If they hop the barbed wire.
Yeah, or knew where.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
were.
know if it was like that then, you know, in
Right.
2017 or not.
Right, it was probably open, and you know, like the areas close to where you live and stuff like that. So, yep, that's easy access right there.
Sides, and then so here's how far they let us walk out.
We are on video. Thank God.
They have video cameras now. We both just said thank God. And so here's the first little landing that would have been here before. Like, these rails were not here probably. These are new. And were those? That was here. Did it have rails, or was it? No, it was completely open. So just completely open. So here's like, all right, so before there weren't any rails, it was just an open bridge. That would have been like the platform they were talking about, right? This one's on the right. The other one I showed was on the left. So this is how far they let us walk out now. And this is like super stable. I would never have done this if it was the other way. Here's the creek. You're staying guard?
Yeah.
Remember, there's steps over there or something.
I just told Jenny our code word, so I had to beep it out. Our emergency word.
You're right. Am I pointing right there?
Come a little closer. I'm on guard.
I don't know if you saw that, but I was like checking out that whole area, and there was like, I called it scaffolding, but it looked like what are those wooden platforms that furniture comes on? The pallets. It looked like a bunch of pallets down there, but that they were taken apart like a ladder almost. Like, that was, I guess, typical for that area. But
So this is this far onto the bridge. About 30 steps maybe. There's the creek. And they only let you go this far out, so I'm just gonna walk it. And then we'll see what the continuation of it looks like. So this would have been these little out places, so you could see the walkway was narrow and then it goes out. Walkway was narrow and then it goes out. Because when you listen to information about the case, it does talk about like the landings, and those are the landings. Like, he only walked out to the first landing, so that would be about how far. So you can see landing there, and then the beginning of the trail right where it's more of a cream color.
It wasn't all redone. This would have been the first like plank thing that they say that Richard Allen walked up to. That he supposedly told his wife but didn't tell his wife. So the girls would have had to keep on going. And obviously, I'm kind of actually grateful that this is blocked off where we can't go any further, because I'm literally freaked out, shaking right now. I'm really, really freaked out and shaking. God bless Abby and Libby. And I pray that justice has been served, and if it hasn't, that it will be one day. So we are live from Monon High Bridge. I am scared to death right now. I'm not fear of the height, just of knowing what went down and how pretty much he probably chased them across the bridge. And if Kim can see, I am literally shaking. So he would have took them down that way, down the hill that way, made them go across the creek that way, and right toward over this way, down a little bit, is where they found them. We will not be going down there. I honestly don't know how the girls did it. This is so scary.
There was just a quick clip there of the 2 rocks that Lori left at the edge of the bridge with their names on it. So I thought that was really special. I loved that. And I also liked how you said we will not be going
Well, because
down
we
there.
were hoping to find that road and go down there. So
True. Well, I don't know if I would have tried to go to the creek, but you know, yeah, down that level. Yeah.
Yeah. Like really, really scary.
Continuing on. Oh, my friend is standing there just like one was ahead of the other. Oh my God, look at this. Look at that. There is no way I would have got on that. I know it looks way worse now. Oh my God. Oh my God. They're just gonna let it all grow over. I mean, I have chills.
I can't believe that the girls went across
I
that.
have
And I'm sure it's worse now than
chills.
it was 7, 8 years
And I
ago,
didn't
but
expect to feel like this.
I'm shaking.
This is, I mean, you're just trapped. That's why we have a friend behind us that stayed off the bridge. Okay, this is me walking away from that part of the bridge, and I feel sick. I feel sick to my stomach. And like I said, I did not expect that. This is the side that Lori said that the girls were found on. So we're trying to figure out, like, in old photos, now we know it's been 8 years and they're just letting this whole area fill in. But if there was a road, like an access road down here, we're thinking it should, like, this used to be a clear down here in old photos, and it's just completely overgrown.
Kim, don't kick those rocks down.
So Lori and I were talking about that today. I was asking her, and we both realized that we would have had to have walked all the way down to the edge, to the end of the bridge, to be able to see more of a clearing and the access road down there.
We still had a long ways to
we
go.
were nowhere near close enough. And also, the crime happened in February. There wouldn't have been any leaves on the trees. It would have been clearer to see. So it's not so much that, like, yes, it is overgrown. Those trees are just going to continue to grow they're already bridge height. And, but it wasn't that point of the bridge where we should have been able to see that. So we realize that. I realize that now.
Like, I'm trying to, yeah, completely overgrown. So we left our friend Jen back off the bridge so that she could, like, keep a lookout. And so we were all the way down there, and she said at this point,
Dead quiet.
you know, it's completely silent here. Listen. Nothing. But what did you hear?
Like a semi coming through, like a truck passing.
Yeah, there's a
through.
road down there.
No, I have it on video. I took
okay.
it on video.
Okay, real quick.
Everything
quick.
else was still.
Do me a favor.
Okay, so this is the trail back from the Monon High Bridge. This is a memorial spot that is set up in a heart.
If you're watching our reaction right there on that last clip
Wow.
where Jenny was talking about how it was so quiet and then she was hearing noises, My camera's facing, it's not recording on me. It's facing the trees. And we just saw like a white, like aura type thing, like flash on the
Orb.
screen. And Lori's like, what was that?
Like
And I said, a reflection. She's like, of what? So
it's kind of like an orb or
yeah,
something.
it was weird. You'll see it if you back up.
Heart. The bricks are in a heart. Very nice. Very special place. This is just a huge open field farm. But apparently this is where the girls got dropped off and walked down. Lori and I were just having a big debate about it because I didn't remember it this, you know, spatially wise. But there's the road, so they could have got, if they got dropped off at the side of the road, if there wasn't a gate there, or climbed the gate, and then came down and got on the trail. So we have a picture. I took a picture of Lori standing on the other side of this gate. So now we are on the trail side of the gate. So right now Jen is standing guard, which I hate that we left her, so I'm gonna go back to her. Kim's safer by the road than Jenny by herself over here. Love you, Jen. Coming to get you, girl.
Poor Jen. Poor
So we are
Jenny.
heading
Sorry,
back
Jen. Love
from
you,
the
Jen.
Monon Bridge back to the Freedom Bridge. And I will say we are all freaked out. So we're kind of walking at a whole lot faster pace.
I know we are. I gotta do that too. When she slows, I slow.
Oh, we are
control
walking back from the bridge, and so far during the whole time we've been here, we've encountered 3 single guys that were all by themselves. One, I felt like he knew we were freaked out because he like kind of came off the trail where there was a little spot overlooking the ravine. And so he right away said, I'm just heading back. You know, I was just sitting there for a little while. But we immediately, like, one of my friends took out their phone, started videotaping. And then another friend had a phone that rang, thank God. So I thought she was just pretending to be on the phone with somebody, but oh, it was a telemarketer, but she pretended like she was talking to her mom and that they were gonna meet us here. But right, but we are double timing it back because we just want to get out of here. We do not have.
A guy with a big birthmark on his left arm.
Passed a guy, he had a dog with him. Probably all harmless, but when you're out here by yourself in this secluded spot, and I was just thinking to myself, we have trails like this in my hometown. I don't go on them. I do not. I walk in neighborhoods. The only time I went on those trails is when we would ride bikes, and there was about 5 of us on bikes together. No? No, just videotape.
We have survived going down the trail.
So we just, the trail ended onto this new part. We are heading, we could not have walked faster out of there, and back to where we can see signs of life, major roads, back to the Freedom Bridge. It felt like a long walk. I have to look up the actual mileage, but so walking it felt like a long time, but then it's not as big as I thought. It's also not laid out like I thought. So I mean, I know they built stuff, but I didn't know they changed. So I'm gonna go back, and once we look at this footage, we're gonna do some comparing to what it was originally like in 2017. Not so much this area, but back by the bridge, because man, like I was saying, I had a whole different vision in my head, but I do that a lot. So I mean, it's good for me to get some visuals like this and then do some comparing.
All right, so we just left the park and we are headed to Richard Allen's house, which I just recently heard is 2 miles from the park. So it makes sense because it was close. All right, here's the Delphi courthouse intersection. This is where we would see everyone that came to the trial, right?
Yep.
Walking towards the courthouse in the morning to get lined up in their little chairs. We try to get in.
Like turn, like, you know?
Yeah. Are you allowed to turn here? Are there one-way streets? Yeah.
Oh, you fucked up.
We were afraid to do it. I was afraid to do anything. I was afraid of lunch. I was afraid of driving. I was afraid of the trail. I thought it was good to show you guys like the town. Like, what does the area look like? There's lots of bridges in this town.
Pretty hilly. I never thought it would be
Pretty what?
hilly.
Oh, hilly. Yeah. How far away are we, Jen?
4/10 of a mile.
Oh, all right.
Quarter mile, turn left onto West 200 North Arbor Road.
1/10 of a mile, Lori. Okay. Looking for
So,
100.
getting up on it.
Armory. 200 in Armory.
Right here.
Yeah.
Where this car's coming.
Yeah.
Take the next left onto West 200 North Arbor Road.
Oh my god, I'm getting videotape fatigue on my arm. Oh, there's 3 of us to drive, navigate, and
Quarter mile,
look at where we were going. There we go. And the cornfields.
Take the next right onto White Drive. Destination on the left.
Should be right.
Right here.
Destinations on the left.
Right here?
Oh, yeah, that's it.
1967.
White truck, just like the one that we were with today.
This is a very cute, what do they call it when there's a circle at the end?
Cul-de-sac.
Cul-de-sac. Super nice, cute houses. And only a few houses down here, so very nice area. So this one is not his. Keep going so I can get it. I'm not there yet. And that was Richard Allen's house right there.
With the mailbox.
The address is up there on the house too. And see if that license plate matches, Jen.
I'm trying to.
Did you expect his house to be that nice?
Mhm.
I did not.
I didn't know the neighborhood would be, but I've seen the house so much
Oh.
footage on TV that I knew it was a nice house.
Oh, okay. I didn't pay
I
attention
didn't realize
to that.
such a nice area, such
Yeah.
a nice street, though. They
Yeah.
never showed the street or whatever. but-
Very nice.
Mhm.
I was surprised by that.
Okay, you guys, I had to jump out because we are going to find one of the cemeteries. And look at this intersection we are at. It is corn as far down that way as you can see. Corn, corn, corn. Here's the other direction. All four corners is just corn, corn, cornfields, the whole direction. I just thought it was funny. All right.
Okay, so this is Liberty German's grave site, and this is the back side, and you can see they took up the whole back with this poem. So Lori has the poem. She's going to read it so you'll know what it says on the back.
The Lord took you on a February day to a wonderful place so far away. Not a day goes by we don't cry for you, although we know you would not want us to. Our hearts will heal, our thoughts will clear, but in our hearts we'll keep you near. For God has welcomed you with open arms, with his love and without any more harm. We'll keep your memories in our minds, but happiness without you is awful hard to find. You will always be a blessing. No one can replace our love for you, but living without you is the hardest thing we do. We'll wipe our tears for you in a better place and keep our memories of you that no one can erase.
That's beautiful. Very special. So that was for Liberty German.
Yeah, and then if you look at the front of her grave, she does have the little swimming person there. And then she always used to say, in a minute, she would tell her everybody, in a minute, I'll be in a minute, in a minute.
I didn't notice the swimming. I saw all the other. So there was a
Yeah.
soccer ball, volleyball,
Basketball,
or
or soccer ball, volleyball, and
softball,
and the music
and the
notes.
music.
But did you notice in a minute?
Yes,
You
I
did?
saw that part. I
Okay.
just didn't see the swimming.
Yeah.
Every time, unmute. Both the girls had beautiful grave sites.
Mhm.
So Abby had the butterflies engraved on it.
Yeah.
Very nice. So now we are heading to
And we left rocks on each of their
Mhm.
graves at Libya and Abby on each of them.
Yeah, that was special for both the girls. Both the girls at both grave sites,
Mhm.
so they could have something for each
So
other.
I left rocks at the Monon High, actually on the bridge. I left them in the little memorial where the girls got off and walked down that path first, where they had that little memorial. I left a couple rocks there. Then at the end of the bridge, then on the picnic table, and then at the both of their sites, and then at the park.
Yes.
So I hope nobody steals them, but
they'll probably be there for a long time. That's the photo at the very beginning of this whole video too. So you'll see all the rocks that we made. So we're headed to the memorial.
We are heading into the Abby Williams Liberty German Memorial Park. It's crazy that there's that many leaves on the ground. You see 'em? Cute little park. There's supposed to be a lot here. Well, there's the yeah, it's an amphitheater.
Oh, did you get that sign?
Nice digital sign. It's hard to see with all the sunlight shining on it, but nice digital sign.
Okay, the space for that, I am gonna pull up a different a part that didn't get inserted into that of what's actually inside the park. So let me pull that up. It'll just take 1 second. So I really want everybody to see inside. And it's called Memorial Park 2 right there.
So we're inside the
Here we go.
Memorial Park, and there's a really nice amphitheater straight ahead. Nice, huge field. Like they could have some nice concerts out here. But the thing that struck me is this like walking path that they have around the fields in the play areas. But I think that's a nice tribute to have a safe walking path in their honor, a safe place to come walk. It's in the open, nice open public space. So there's this pavilion, there's these playgrounds, there's some signs over here that explain the legacy and everything. Probably like a concession stand building right behind this other pavilion. Very nice softball field, little basketball hoop right there. There's another play set over behind the field. Back over here. Where am I at? Right over there. Right there, I'm pointing at it. There's another play set back there. So it's very nice. Pan around one more time. And I'm going to check out what the boards say. So it's a fitness and walking trail. And rules of the playground. All right, so it's not a tribute to them, just who sponsored it. And some little exercise machines. Look at that. Pretty cool. Down there, so all these yellow and black machines for exercise. I love that. And they've got really fun, like, look at the musical. Oh, because we went to Libby's grave, and she did have musical notes. She must have played an instrument or something. I'll have to look that up. But what a tribute. I love that. Oh, and then on this side it's just in Spanish. All right. So that is the footage that I had captured for that. We were hoping more people would be in here live, but that's okay. Catch us on replay. We could have like answered any questions or anything like that. But if you're watching this on replay and you do have questions,
leave them for us in the comments.
Is that all the pictures? That's it? That's all of
Just
it?
your comments in general.
Are we done with that's it? Or do you have to go back to the other thing?
No,
No,
that it
that
just
was it?
ended with those 2 signs. Yeah. This one, yeah, I showed just I think the water tower or something, and then just, the Delphi sign. Yep. I think it's starting over again. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Final thoughts?
Wow. That's all I can say. What a trip.
Anything from our footage that, or what stood out to you the most?
I learned a lot. We talked about it before, but I did learn a lot. Biggest thing for me was 300 North, how thin, skinny the road is. So, like I say, I mean, I kind of have to believe what Carbach said.
Mm-hmm.
She probably was just a couple feet from him and probably could tell if it was muddy or bloody. So, and I'm not saying that it's Richard Allen either. I'm saying it's a
She
guy
said
walking
she saw
down the road.
somebody that was muddy, and then that's questionable because then it turned into bloody all of a sudden later.
But
After
an hour and a half of her initial interview was lost. So you can dispute that with me all you want because the first interview was lost, like an hour of it.
Lost.
Well, I mean, you know.
I don't know. These police departments, man, they need to get some better record keepers.
Yeah, but they did move.
Some
So
better
they
equipment so
did
things don't
move.
get erased.
They did move and they probably did lose a lot, which they weren't very careful. They admit that, you know.
Yeah.
The other thing that stood out to me, basically the size of the bridge, the actual one on bridge, because we couldn't even see past the trees. And what we saw was already long, let alone, I can't believe anybody would walk that without railings or whatever. And then
just the fact that they got out
and all
there
the
was-
planks or whatever, the railroad ties that were missing. It's like, and they were missing then too, because I was just this morning looking at aerial shots from then. There was so many missing. Like, that's why I'm sure Libby went first and got across faster, because I guess Abby had never gone on that yet.
Yeah.
And that was her first time.
Yeah.
And Libby's done it already.
Yeah.
I
want to go back for a minute, talking about this case specifically. Okay. So I understand they moved facilities, but you moved facilities after one of the biggest cases in our country that your little podunk town is dealing with. And that's how you're going to treat the evidence for one of the most major crimes in the history of the United States. That's active. It's an active case. I would have had that stuff like enclosed in gold boxes, like, and know exactly where everything is. Like, I mean, don't you agree?
I don't know.
I mean,
I
come
know
on.
I'm human. I
That's
make
a
mistakes.
lame, but that's a lame excuse. I
I
mean,
don't know.
you would be double, triple checking. Like, that's extremely important. It's not like
I'm not disputing that
you know,
it's very
a missing
important.
dog or a cat stuck in a tree or something like that. This was
I mean,
extremely important case.
seems
and,
odd, but
yeah.
You know.
But so that's that point. I just wanted to, but if you get a chance, like, I don't know, it was important. I guess it was most impactful for me to like be there and see it. I did not understand the area like that 300 North, and just being able to see Ron Logan's house and just all the key places, like getting the vibe of the town, which was not a very, I don't know. The vibes were weird right off the bat.
But where we went to eat, the tavern, she was very
she was
friendly.
nice. Our waitress was very nice.
Very, very nice. And the people coming and going, saying hi and all that. I mean, seemed pretty friendly at that point.
Yeah.
It did to me.
Yeah.
And it's just put a better perspective, because seeing it on the TV, the radio, or the news, and the internet, just being able to be there, put myself there. I didn't walk out of there thinking anything different. My top people are still my top people of who I think. And I guess we'll just wait and see what happens.
Yeah, didn't change my mind about anything that I think about the crime. I love that I have both reactions of our real, true, like shocking reactions of seeing that bridge. Like you can't explain it.
Like
you
I
can't
said,
put it into words.
I wasn't afraid to be up that high. What feared me
No.
was the guy didn't know if he was going to come back. Jenny's back there, so that I've got that feeling going on. But then I am also thinking, holy crap, these girls.
That's what I
can't
mean.
believe they did this.
Yes.
It's extremely high. There's no railings.
Yes.
And there's a person chasing them down there.
That's the feeling, like being in that spot, in that moment, looking at it, like knowing they're way ahead of where we were standing and just being trapped and like being in that exact spot and seeing that.
And
that
obviously
landed on me hard.
Obviously, Abby knew he was still there because when Libby was filming, she says to Abby or to Libby, Abby said to Libby, "Is he still behind us?"
Yes, is he still behind us?
And so they knew. So how long? Because in the photo he's not there, but then all of a sudden there he is, right behind her.
Right. That's why a lot of people will say they think that was someone else's voice off to the side of the bridge because that guy couldn't have caught up that fast.
No, because Libby would have been.
Well, I have heard
him.
that.
But
I have heard
Libby
that.
would have been talking to him.
She was recording and the voices on her phone. So,
Libby would have been talking to the dude, or if somebody was there.
No, I mean somebody nefarious, not the boy. Like, what do you mean?
You're talking about somebody
just
waiting
pointing
at
out-
the end of the bridge.
Yes,
I'm going to
that
try
could
to
have been the
cancel you
voice.
out on that because Libby was filming Abby. If somebody is standing there with her and they know they've got this plan, they're not going to let Libby have that phone. They're going to take that phone a long time ago before Abby even got off the bridge.
I'm just saying we were debating how did his voice from the guy on the bridge being so far away, how did he catch up so fast?
Because Abby kind of jogged past Libby. He's right there and he's walking at a fast pace. By the time she turned around and came back to Libby, there he was. Very simple.
But it was very fast. So
Very
some people
fast.
think maybe, and you and I have talked about that, maybe somebody was already waiting there.
Nah,
on the
I
other
don't agree
side.
with that now. Maybe at the bottom, but not on, because she wouldn't have been able to have that phone. They would have took that phone away from her. She wouldn't have been able to film any of that.
Maybe. Good point. Good point. Lots to debate
Down-
in this case.
Down the hill, yeah, I could see maybe somebody in the vehicle.
Somebody was
down there,
waiting.
but not up there.
Way to defend your point.
That's right. Got your seat,
I think
Carlos.
I had to
I
concede
got your
that
seat,
one.
Carlos.
I think I had to concede that one. All right. That's our footage from Delphi. Thanks for joining us. And
I recommend to go there though if you can, but don't go alone.
Oh,
And
no.
don't go alone on the bridge just because you think that Richard Allen is in.
Not my internet. Are we back?
So say goodbye and bye.
So yeah, StreamYard's acting buggy. Effing StreamYard. We have 3 videos that are going to be out about this. So this is part 2, and be looking for part 3 tomorrow.
And then eventually Kim and I will backtrack, like we said in the very first video on Sunday, with the Richie Davis letters
Oh yes,
and the couple things that we need to backtrack and talk about.
I'm interested in that. All right, see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.